Hi, it's David if you haven't watched before, and today we're going to cover a review of TVs for motorhomes. So this is the Avtex connected TV. This particular one's the 21.5-inch version. It comes with a remote control, Freeview play remote control. We'll have a look at that in a little while. And reason for choosing the Avtex TV in particular was if you look back at the video where I hired the motorhome, there was one in there and it just had phenomenal picture quality. It wasn't the same model, it was one of the non-connected models, but just thought the picture was fantastic for it, and the read upon them say they really build them for to be robust in the vehicles and things where you've got variation of heat and vibration. So this is the Avtex TV. Just below the Avtex TV is the Avtex soundbar, and that comes with this remote control, fairly straightforward to use, and it allows you to connect Bluetooth audio sources or the audio from the TV or an audio from another input into it. So it's quite flexible, and the reason I went for the soundbar was just gives a little bit more depth of sound, and it allows me to listen to perhaps music without having the TV on through my phone. So that's the Avtex soundbar and the Avtex connected TV. So let's have a quick look. At the moment, just as an example, I've gone into actually on YouTube there on the TV. Say it's the connected TV, so you can get some connected services. If we go back, you'll see I'm in there, and there's the said video on hiring a motorhome. In the YouTube app, essentially you can just move around with the remote control, press OK, and then it takes you in so that you can actually play the videos you want, as we can see. So that's the YouTube app on the phone, so very easy to use. And if we come out of it, I'll show you where you find that one. Sorry, we're doing this slightly backwards where we're starting with apps and things. To come out of it, you just use the back button. And to actually get into the app, if you press menu on the remote, if we exit the signal strength, if we press menu on the remote, and then we can move along, there's a number of different settings. So there's channel, which allows us to do channel, get signal information if you're tuning in, so you can see the signal strength and signal quality, strength quality, which is helpful just when you're adjusting your aerial, if you have an adjustable aerial, or make sure your connections are tight perhaps. You can do your tuning, you can switch on the power to the antenna if you need to do that. And there's various things for software updates in this menu. Auto tuning's probably the one you would normally use, which just essentially takes through and sets up your TV. The next menu is picture, and your usual pictures there to change the picture mode, change the colour just to your preference so it works. I've got this one set on dynamic, so it adjusts automatically. So going back into the menu, we've then got sound, and within the sound menu you can change the sound mode from standards to music, movie, that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously watching the Olympics is something I wanted to go on when I...
Mute the sound again. Adjust your balance and all those things.
You've been following it and Britain's doing.
So that's the sound menu. We've then got a time, so the clock sets automatically from the signal coming across over the air, but you can set a sleep timer, an off timer, and an on time if you want to wake up to the TV, so useful there. There's a lock then to lock it so you can't adjust the options. There's then some additional options, kind of more advanced settings. which audio track and that sort of thing. You typically won't use those. There's then media. If you've got any, you can plug in a memory card and play content from that, whether it's pictures, music or movies. This particular set doesn't record off the television, but some of the Avtex models do, where you can actually get it to record a channel for you. If we go back in and then just look at the final menu, which is the connected menu, and as I say, we're doing this slightly backwards. We get onto the simple stuff. Sorry, I've selected the first one, so we'll go into the Freeview Play, which is probably one of the favourite things I like about this set. So this allows you to catch up on things that you've missed in quite a useful interface to work through. So we've got, you can choose different series that you might want to watch. You can catch up on things you've maybe missed. And it's very simple. You just go through, select which you've missed. You can go into categories at the top, as you can see there, so we can go into different channels, different categories. So if we wanted to look at kids stuff, you can select there, or we might want to look at we might fancy cooking something, so we'll have a look at food, for example, or dramas and soaps if you need your soap fix for the week. And as you can see there, it's bringing in the different episodes. You might fancy a bit of comedy, for example. So essentially you can just go select what you want and then play it. So if we wanted to watch the series 1 episode 1 of The Vicar of Dibley, we select it and then we simply just press play and away you go. And you can see what's happening here. Essentially it's loading up iPlayer automatically, and then it goes to the content we require and plays it. So here we go. There's The Vicar of Dibley. So let's have a look around the back now. So we've got the cable here. So it's got a 12 volt cigar lighter type connector. And what I've actually done here is it comes with 2 separate connectors and the mains lead. But what I've actually done, rightly or wrongly, rightly for me, is I've actually joined these up so that both the soundbar and the TV get a feed. So I've only got one plug to connect, so I don't need to mess around putting double adapters and things like that, just to keep it as neat as possible. And that obviously just plugs into your 12 volt socket there. So again, if you're not familiar with electronics and things, I wouldn't mess around with things. I'm fairly familiar with that and quite happy to kind of take the risk on of doing that. And as you saw, it works spot on. This is the connection then that connects from the soundbar, and I actually got a right angle connector so it didn't stick out so far. So that's just an HDMI right angle, again to keep it neat and just minimize the number of wires and things hanging down, because you know what happens otherwise. You end up with a load of wires and things hanging down, which isn't the best. I think I'll probably do the same with this one, just tidy that up a little bit. But that then feeds into the HDMI slot there, the audio return channel. And what we've got here, which I've just stuck on with Velcro, this is the box I mentioned, and in that's got a rechargeable battery that feeds off the TV's USB and then feeds into the Firestick there, and they're just stuck on with Velcro, and then that feeds into the HDMI, and that's the actual Firestick which drives off that remote control. And that's how it's set up. The AV ports there's you can plug in a memory card in the port on the top as well, so you've still got that available if you've got anything you want to catch up on or watch. There's a PCMCIA socket, and you've got your satellite input here, your TV input, and as I say, you've got your your HDMI socket if you want to feed anything else in at the side. So this is the Avtex 21.5-inch connected TV. There's also some controls on the back here, so you can do your channel up, down, your volume, power, and your automatic tuning as well from there. And there's the 4 screws for the wall bracket. So that's where it'll be attached when it eventually makes its way to the camper van. So again, the Avtex connected TV and the soundbar. And again, on the soundbar, you've got your power in, your audio return channel. You've got a USB port there as well if you want to play anything from USB stick. And there's a coaxial input. There's also an auxiliary input, 3.5mm there as well. But again, you've got Bluetooth, so you can just fire over your Bluetooth signal to it and play your music. So that's the Avtex TV. I hope you found it useful. And again, plenty of other different TVs to choose from, and some really great ones. And you hear people's reviews, and obviously at the more expensive ends, the Avtex ones. But I think people are more than happy with ones that cost far less than the Avtex. But personally, I'm really pleased with the choice. I'll be even more pleased when I get it installed in the van. But that's the Avtex connected TV. Thank you. Hope you've enjoyed.